And hello everybody, happy Cyber Sunday, more specifically happy Super Bowl Cyber Sunday. Yes, today is the Super Bowl. Hope you, if you enjoy the sport, hope you're going to have some fun today and watching the game. You may not be watching this Cyber Sunday because you'll be watching the game, but I'll post it anyway. So figured, hey, why not do some football analogies? A lot of people do football analogies with Cyber Sunday, or with cybersecurity specifically. Some of them are pretty obvious, you know, the defense trying to stop attackers from getting in. Some of them a little more deep in the weeds. The coach is the chief information security officer, kind of making the plans, those kind of things. As I started thinking about it, trying to go deeper into the analogy, I started thinking about things like special teams. So maybe special teams, if you're into American football, special teams are all about kicking the ball, punting, kicking field goals, extra points, that kind of thing. So it's the people who aren't on the field all the time. They have very specialized roles. In cybersecurity, it doesn't line up exactly, because special teams I would liken to things like people who have very specialized roles, like encryption specialists or GRC specialists, or anybody who are doing very specialized roles. But they are in the field all the time, right? They're always working within your organization, or within your, anybody you're outsourcing it or whatever. That's always happening. But I kind of saw that as, a very specialized role. That specialized team analogy made sense to me. Then I started thinking about what seems like a obvious, quick analogy from the offensive side, but when you think about it, if you're thinking within and I'm doing this analogy basically within like a security team within a company, there generally, or a lot of times, there are offensive specialists who are trying to break into your network, but they're part of your team, right? They're the red team against the blue team, and they're trying to break the defense, but not in a malicious way. They're just trying to find where vulnerabilities are. So I look at that more of like, if you go deeper into the analogy, they're practicing, right? You're on the same team. You're practicing against each other, trying to find those vulnerabilities and weaknesses, and the defense is trying to stop that. So that was an analogy that I thought was a little bit different than what just immediately seems obvious. Then I started thinking about, there's a lot of folks in football who are like the scout team, who are looking for good players to draft, or to, on free agency, to bring them onto their team to help fill gaps where they're not strong in certain positions. And while that, I guess I kind of saw two analogies out of that. One was kind of a more direct analogy. You've got like maybe not even directly on the security team, but somebody who's a recruiter within your organization, or if you use a recruiter to find people that can be on your team. So that's specifically a person type of straight analogy. But then you've got the analogy of the scouts are people like architects and engineers within your organization who are looking for certain products to fill certain gaps. So they're going out and trying to find how to fill gaps with products or with services, and they're doing a very specialized role there. But that kind of is that scout mentality. But they're actually going after the technology and the services, not the people. So that was an interesting analogy to me. And then I think probably the last one, and forgive me if some of these are strained, but it's just a fun mental exercise to go through. I thought about on like the medical staff and that kind of, those people who are helping keep the athletes in shape, helping them recover from injuries, that kind of thing. So the same kind of folks, and again, maybe a little bit strained, but somebody who's looking for or trying to help keep the program going, trying maybe even human resources, type of people, again, not directly on the security team, but outside of that, who are trying to help keep your people on your team, going, and keep them motivated and keep them happy. and that could be boss type role as well, giving people, you know, compensation and all of those things. So anyway, I thought it was just a funny little exercise to go through, mental exercise. Thought it lined up with Super Bowl Sunday pretty well. So hopefully you had fun with it. If you don't know anything about football or don't really care, maybe you'll just pass on and we can do the next Cyber Sunday next time. But anyway, let me know what you think, and if you got any other analogies when you see this, put them in the comments. Could be a fun little exercise. And if you got other sports you like, line those analogies up too. All right, everybody, thanks. See you next Cyber Sunday.